There we go. And here we go with a new experiment. Hope it works out as we hope. So, what I'm trying to do here is I created an alt account last night, and I'm going to create as if I were a completely new player, free to play. I'm going to create a new character and play as if I were one of the not lifetimers. Because my main account, my real account, is a life account. So, since I'm going to be playing as a new player to the game, I think the obvious choice is you're going to go high elf. Stout axe is requires a purchase. Hey, thank you for joining. And brawler requires purchase, so I'm going to go with the most obvious of obvious, not just an elf, but a high elf. And if you're going to be an elf, obviously, and you're new to the game, you're making a hunter. So I'm going to go with a high elf hunter, primarily high elf because I want to see the high elf intro again, because I haven't seen that for a while. Period. So I will continue. Gotta be blue-eyed. Can't really make any ugly ones, can you? That's unfortunate. I'll give him the closest we can get to old man hair. I'll give him gray. A lot of these are really bad hairstyles, I gotta say. As an elf, you've got to draw the line somewhere. Okay, a short little ponytail. That's reasonable. Eyebrows, mouth, sure. Gonna give him any details. Kind of an old man face, as an old man. And other details. No. Yeah, that's fine. Hair color, skin color's fine. The body type. Thick elf? Thin elf. Let's go with thin elf. Oh, I didn't even bother to come up with a name. Let me bust out my appropriate. Let's see. Do we have thin as a word? Or we have a. Let's see. No, we don't have thin or thick. Maybe a slender? We have a slender or slim. Thin. There we go. He's created it. It means slender elf in elf. And we're off. Heading to Middle Earth. And good still for me anyway, good morning to those who've joined me.
In the year 3434 of the Second Age, a great alliance of elves and men assembled in defiance of the Dark Lord's will to conquer all the lands of Middle-earth. The High Elves, the Blessed of Valinor, who suffered the greatest wraths of Sauron and Morgoth the enemy, now seek to ensure that his evil is forever banished from the world.
So, the High Elf introduction tutorial thing takes place at the end of the Second Age in the Siege of Barad-dûr, which also shows up in the Minas Morgul expansion. You get to, in essence, session playback a bunch of quests in the Second Age, at the end of the Second Age. I have a title. I am of Gondolin, the Hidden Kingdom. And I get my first daily gift. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Only 3 bags by default. Ouch. I'm used to the 6. That's gonna hurt a lot. My level is too low. I have to be level 7. Okay. We'll sell that, and hey, what do you know? We'll have 2 gold. Well, I could wield the 7 DPS knife, or I could continue wielding the 854 DPS knife. Decisions. You'll note that I'm at level 110 in the High Elf start. You begin at a much higher level, but eventually end up back at level 1. It's a long story.
My dearest friend, as Sauron surely knows, the mastery is ours in this battle.
You seem as if lost in a trance, and I could not rouse you until this very moment, my dearest friend. Do not allow the enemy to cloud your thoughts with visions of defeat. As Sauron surely knows, mastery is ours in this battle. Alas, a cornered foe is the most deadly, and there are none more treacherous than the enemy in this realm. We must put our troubles behind us for the moment and press our advantage. Pardon me. I'm enjoying some delicious 4-cheese pasta sauce. The High King Gil-galad has summoned us, Fenelda. Gil-galad was an elven king. Of him the archers sadly sing, the last whose realm is fair and free between the mountains and the sea. We've called upon all the armies and peoples we could, but it's still not enough. Still may not be enough. King Riok, the Oathbreaker, and his traitorous kin have fled into the mountains, and Durin has sent only a few hundred of his folk. Hearken to me, elves and men. The time for debate is ended. Sauron sows only division amongst those who would oppose him, and see now what it has done. The kings of Lorien and the Woodland Realm pressed their forces into certain defeat, and why? They allowed their pride to blind them to the enemy's treachery. Sauron is swift to twist the pride and fear of his foes into weapons of his own. The men of Numenor that remain in his realm know his treachery all too well. Indeed, the fates of Numenor and Eregion are tragic. Are tragic, but Sauron's wrath has grown only more terrible since those dark years. If we fall to defeat in this battle, there will never again be a force to oppose him. The Dark Lord gathers strength anew. Beyond the Black Gate, we must throw down the Morannon. Only then shall Sauron himself be forced to atone for the evil he has laid upon our people. Good morning, still, for me. We must put an end to this evil before... Oh, what? We're here in the Second Age. My brand new character, brand new account. Let's find out what it's like as a free-to-player. High King, riders approach from beyond the Morannon. It is a meager assemblage, only 9 in number. Might the enemy seek to parley at last? 9 in number. Sauron does not wield his servants as ambassadors. Allow them to ride forth unhindered, but remain on guard. We shall meet them in the field. At last, the bearers of the 9 rings reveal themselves. The Shadow Kings, the Gwythrain, have returned out of the darkness. We got Círdan, Elrond, Glorfindel, Parthalan, Elendil, Anarian, and Isildur. And me, of course. The Witch King, the Cursed Rider, the Grim Southrunner. The Bane of Rune, the Gloom of Nirn, the High Sorcerer of Harad, the Woe of Khand, the Black Blade of Lebanon, the Forsaken Reaper. I'll give you a look at them. Forsaken Reaver, Black Blade of Lebanon, the Woe of Khand, Bane of Rune, the Cursed Rider, the Grim Southern, the High Sorcerer of Harad, the Gloom of Nirn, and of course, his nibs, the Witch King. The Elf King and the Accursed Faithful. My master has bidden me to deliver his terms. Terms? Have we assembled so great an alliance that your master now seeks to surrender? Sauron the Great speaks not of his surrender, but of yours. Speak then, servant of Sauron. Good morning. Still for me for 4 more minutes. I am no mere servant. You speak to a king of men, and lord of the Nazgul. Nazgul, do you no longer speak in your own tongue? You are no king. The ring you bear has seen to that. Silence, Elfrech! These are his terms. Celebrimbor crafted 3 rings in mockery of his design. You will surrender them and swear oaths to never again come before the gates of Mordor. That ain't happening, bro. You would be wise indeed to accept his kindness. And if we should accept, what promise can he give that he shall not again make war against us? He offers none. In other words, we give you a whole bunch of good stuff, and you give us nothing. What a pass, bro. Peace cannot be made with Sauron. Such an offer is merely another of his lies. Go now, flee to your master, and tell him that his doom approaches. So be it. We're outies. Sauron the Great has stayed his hand for the moment, but his patience is nearly ended. It is you and this pitiful host who should flee. I mean, how great could Sauron be? I mean, he served somebody else, Morgoth. For soon, no shelter, no matter how well hidden, shall be free of Sauron. Let us speak. High King Gil-galad.
With Sauron's demands rejected, we can no longer hold...
Before the 9 arrived, I sent forth the Spears of Lindon with a garrison of elves and men. Sauron demand rejected. We can no longer hold hope that the Wethrain shall stay their hands in this battle. You know the spears as Theleron, Megoril, and Dernath, my friend, and they have stood by my side through many great battles against Sauron and most terrible of his servants. Ere they departed, they swore to cross the enemy's trenches and dismantle their siege equipment. It is true enough that catapult shot has not hit our position in some time, but the wider front has been brought to ruin by those very tools. You must now be my scout and my messenger. Learn what has become of their garrison, and if any of them yet live, deliver to them a message of hope. The Alliance marches upon the Black Gate, and no evil man or orc shall stand in the way of our victory over Sauron. Learn the fates of the Spears of Lindon and their garrison. Okay, I'm off. I got a Southron Archer. I had a Southron Archer. I'm pretty good with this bow thing. Yeah, it seems like I'm okay. For those who've joined, this is the tutorial / starting experience for a High Elf. I'm in the Second Age. As part of the last alliance of elves and men, fighting against Sauron. Spoiler, we will eventually defeat him, but his ring will not be destroyed. Isildur will take it as his own, and all kinds of bad things happen. Spears of Linden held Sauron's forces, but they fight a desperate battle. Megarill and Dernath.
Aid the wounded in the field.
Hail from Eldai and Megarill of Linden. How fare the battles to the north? Tell them that you encounter with Gwethrain and deliver High King Gilgal's message. If we shall truly strike the Black Gate this day, the alliance must soon come hither. We did as the High King commanded and brought the enemy's weapons to ruin, but when the Gwethrain appeared, they slew many of our number and divided our forces upon the Daggerland. The faces by which I once knew the Gwethrain when they first took the rings have long faded, but this one I knew by his blade, the Cursed Rider he was called, and he goaded his steed onward over the backs of elf, man, and orc alike. Hi, Lars. Welcome. A high elf, soon to be level 1. Or maybe you come out from the tutorial at a higher level. Not sure. Regrettably, we were forced into retreat before we could aid many of them from the field of battle. We now struggle to hold the only path over the great trenches, and the enemy's forces have brought forth more trebuchets and ballistae. Aid the wounded in the field, and let us hope the alliance will arrive to drive off the enemy forces. Dernath. Speak quickly, friend, for our foes surge from the east. You tell Dernath of your encounter with the Gwethrain and deliver the High King's message. The Gwethrain, 2 of their number, passed through our garrison from the north. One rode westward and scattered our numbers, but the other he took Thalaron. In the midst of the battle, he caught Thalaron's sword arm in a cruel coil of rope and dragged him eastward by his fell steed. I could not follow through the mass of orcs. I failed him. I failed the High King, but still I must fight on. Well, I'm doing this as free-to-play, and so if I'm your average free-to-play player who's just come to the game, I want to play Lord of the Rings, I want to play something cool, I could be an elf. Ooh, a high elf, that sounds better. And if I'm a high elf, obviously I'm going to be a hunter. No. Alright, rescue wounded soldiers and orcs west of the forward garrison. Thwip. 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 Wow, that one actually took 2 shots. So I'm going to find out what it was like for you, Lars, as a free-to-play player. Rescue Prince Thranduil to the west of the forward garrison. Leave me, friend, he was trapped in the Vale. Over here? Oh, yeah, over here. 3 bags, man. That's gonna hurt. The Cursed Rider. Here I am with Thranduil, Prince of the Woodland Realm. That's Legolas's dad. There is no escape for you. See you now the fate of those who defy my master. The Dark Lord holds no power over me, Wraith. Be my fate sealed or not, my arrow shall fly true. Fool, wills can be broken, Thranduil of Greenwood, and this blade shall see to that. Spooters! Big-ass spooters. The cursed spawn of Ungwalatare. You think to threaten me? Sauron shall not forgive her this time. These are children of, presumably, Shelob. Stay back. I will leave you in peace for what you have done. Yeah, that's probably not going to work out. I have rescued Thranduil from the Cursed Rider and repelled the spawn of Ungwatari.
The prince is fortunate to have survived his father's attack on the Black Gate, but the Guatharan's words trouble me.
The rider spoke a name in Quenya before he departed, Ungwatari, the Spider Queen. Ungoliant is gone from this realm and shall trouble the world no longer, but her children remain, preying on anything they can devour and spreading her darkness through Middle-earth. One among them must now hunger as she did, without a care for the powers of the Dark Lord and without any purpose other than to consume. These are unhappy tidings, my friend, even if it seemed fortuitous that the great spiders turned upon the rider. If we do not face this child of Ungoliant in the war, it is certain the day will come when her hunger shall seek to sate itself beyond the borders of the shadows, beyond the shadows of Mordor. The High King gave me leave to pursue you at the urging of the Spears of Linden, but he has called for your return at once. The Alliance has come to the forward garrison at last. Reunite with them there, Semelda, and make ready for our assault on the Black Gate. I'm going to do that. And now, it's good afternoon to all of you. So my plan, if I end up having fun doing this, is to do, maybe a couple hours a day in the early morning, or, well, for me, the morning. For me, it's early. And then go back to whatever I'm doing in the evening, which right now is also more LotRO. Although it won't be tonight, because it's Monday. Monday is Key Farm and Guild Wars 2. So I'll be continue doing variety in the evening. And in the earlier session, assuming I have fun with this, I will continue the free-to-play through.
Our paths are now divided.
I'm glad to see you again.
May the light
Dernith
of the
and
Valar shine
Megaril
upon us.
have told me of Falaron's capture, and I'm troubled by such grim tidings. The Dark Lord would not have soon forgotten the wounds he suffered at our hands, and I fear what form his vengeance may take. Even now, as I wish to abandon my duty, I cannot turn my eyes from the Black Gate at such a crucial hour. Thus, I give to you this mission of dire importance. You must find Falaron, and you must save him from the Guethrain. As for the Alliance, one of Durin's folk has devised a cunning plan to draw the attention of the Dark Lord's forces and allow for a swift strike against the Black Gate. In truth, I know not if this plan shall bear fruit, but we must conquer the gate if Sauron is to be defeated. I would ask that you speak to Slegar the Crafty, as he is honorable enough. Dwarf, despite his chosen title, once you've done as he asks, pursue the Guatharan and rescue Falaron. Our paths now divide, my friend, but let us hope each of them can lead to victory. May the light of the Valar shine upon us. That would be nice.
At your service. Or perhaps you are at mine.
Have you considered how the enemy's trenches never seem to stop burning? Well, I have. Gestures at a pile of barrels. These barrels are filled with crude black powder that explode when exposed to flame. Not only that, but it burns for hours afterward. Aye, if it were more useful in stonework, I think Durin himself would let us steal some away. The Dark Lord's Black Riders, the damn ring wraiths, as men call them, they're wily enough, but these goblins are none too bright. They left the barrels right next to their own ballista and catapults. Why don't you set some of them off? That ought to put an end to their siege and draw attention long enough for the Alliance to reach the Black Gate. Just make sure you don't stick around after you light them. Okay, that probably seems like a good idea. Set the enemy barrels of black powder alight. And they're over here, it seems like. I have a ring, but none of these guys are showing a ring. I assume I'm just going to have to cash in. Finish. Blowing stuff up. You know, the way we do. He's a goblin drudge, he is. He was a goblin drudge, he was. Oh, this will blow up a ballista. Message for you, sir. It's a Monty Python joke. I gotta say, I am pretty good with this bow. I'm sure I will stay exactly this deadly once I get into the game. Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. Ugh. This will be the 4th Explodo. Alright, I missed that one. I'm just an orc murder machine. Well, this ought to be enough. Sure, there are at least a couple more, but he only wanted 6. I don't want to be an overachiever and look like I'm trying too hard, you know? Hoofprints. I will follow the hoofprints. Really, I don't find it particularly likely that he rode across this ramp. I have to say that just doesn't seem reasonable. Can it be? Yes, it's me. Follow me, Lady Harthelin. We'll want to speak with you. You have not found Thalaron or the Gwatherin, but a familiar elf stands before me.
Your tale troubles me, my friend.
I'm gladdened by the
For
reunion,
Olroth
but there's
spoke
little
of
time
a
to
terrible
celebrate.
figure that
The High King
passed
sent
with an
me and
elf
my company
slung across
eastward to
his
learn
steed.
what became of the elves of Lorien, but alas, only Prince Amroth remains upon the field. His father and the others were routed to the north, but where they have gone, we cannot follow. The prince is injured, but he will heal in time. I must ask, though, why have you come? Tell Harthelin of the task given you by the High King himself, and of Thalaron, the lost spear of Linden, taken by one of the Gwatherin. Your tale troubles me, for Amroth spoke of a terrible figure that passed with an elf slung across a steed. Time may grow short for Thalaron, my friend. I think it is time we learned more of what the prince saw. Why, it's Amroth, Prince of Lorien. Prince Amroth, can you tell my companion about the rider you saw? As much as I do not wish to recall him, I can. From what you've told me, he was one of the 9 Gwatherain, garbed in black and seated atop a great steed. I know not if he still lived, but an elf was slung limply across Gwatherin's steed. Wow, English is the first language. Tough. He lifted aloft a great mace, and with a crack of thunder, his master's statue was toppled. It was then he looked upon me, and what remained beneath his hood sniffed madly at the air. There was sorcery in his gaze, I tell you, for his eyes were as flames in a void. Perhaps he thought me slain, for he then rode into the hills. No, it cannot be. It can be no other, Hithgol. The Witch King has taken Thalor. Be wary, the men of the east who slew my father have an encampment in the hills. And it is there he must have gone. Thank you, Prince Amroth. Yo. Thanks, bro. If the men of the east hold the hillside, then we must go by secret steps. Okay, Harthelin.
If the Witch King has taken
When my
Thalaron
company
and
came to Prince
Overlord,
Amroth's aid,
we
I heard a great
must
cry
pass
and a
the
thunder
easterling
like flapping
encampment
wings
ahead.
from above. It sounded like some terrible flying creature as great in size as the eagles. I could not spy it through the smoke, but I am certain it lurked beyond my sight. I do not know if this creature He's a servant of Sauron's, but his presence makes me fear all the more for Theleron. If the Witch King has taken him to the Overlook, we must pass through the Easterling encampment ahead. The men of the East have grown arrogant behind Sauron's might, and they have left a small passage in their encampment open to the woodlands. Follow me, and we shall sneak in and avoid the dangers of approaching their gate on the road. I'll follow you. I will follow her. We're sneaking right now. We're sneaky elves. You can tell by the sneaky music. So I intend on putting these streams up on YouTube as well. See if that gets any traction. We must move quietly now. Old, their sentry seems on the edge of sleep. We could put him on past the edge of sleep into the eternal sleep. Like that, good work. Face your doom, men of the East. The stairs up the hill must lead to the Overlook. You must save Theleron. All right, I'm off. Another warrior. Catch. Oh, he caught. Nice catch. Well, there's the Witch King's steed thrashes wildly at your approach. He and Theleron must be nearby. Clearly, I'm in really good shape if I can handle the stairs like this, because as a guy who has to carry a bunch load of groceries up 16 steps to my place, yeah, this guy's got to be in good shape. I would have died about, at the very beginning. I gotta say, it's not a very, peppy, inspiring location. I mean, it's a little bit dark. The lighting's not great. Confront the Witch King and rescue Theleron. Well, there's the Witch King. Dude. You come too late, servant of Gil-galad. Your fear has left you defenseless, and the elf has been borne away by the winged beasts of my master. That's the Witch King. He's got a cool look. The Elf King will never see him again, for he shall suffer evermore in the dungeons of Barad-dûr. But you, Femelda... No, that's the Lich King in WoW. You shall be changed, and you will return to Gil-galad as a foe, such as the will of Sauron. Ow! That fucking hurt. Suffer now and rise anew in the realm of the unseen. I have awakened in the Trollshaws. I'm now level 1. Turns out I've spent about 3,000 years in a coma. Mumble at Harthelin and try to move. I will select Harthelin and try to move. I fell on my keys. Can it be? Lord Elrond, Femelda has awoken at last. Just happened to be sitting next to him after 3,000 years. Plus. Rest easy, my friend. You're safe from harm in Imladris. Yep, elves really suck. Your wound is healed, but Femelda remains in need of rest, Harthelane. The wound is healed. Rest well, my friend. I shall return in... It's possible that wasn't 3,000 years later. Now maybe 3,000 years later. Overall, it's been 3,000 years since the Witch King poked me with his knife. Find Elrond in the last homely house. Hey, where's your boss?
It brings me great joy to see you upon your feet once more, my friend.
After you fell, we attempted to heal you upon the battle plain, but the Witch King of Angmar had dealt you a grievous injury, one unlike any dealt to our peoples before by the hands of the Dark Lord. The decision was made to return you to Imladris, far from the lands of the enemy. You suffered for years, in restless agony as my healers worked to free you of the wound, of the evils that lingered in your wound. When the war was ended, I returned to aid them and learned much of healing the evil wounds of Morgul's steel. When at last you could rest, you did so for many long years. Despite my efforts, your strength has diminished greatly. It may take a great time, but I believe you shall again know the power that lies within you. Say in about 139 levels-ish. As for the task given you by Gil-galad, do not consider it a failure, Femelda. None could have foreseen the enemy's malice in sending the Nazgul to seize Thalaron. Tragically, he was never found, even after Barad-dûr itself was brought to ruin. It wounded Gil-galad greatly to lose you both in the war, and it is said that his light was dimmed through all the battles that followed. Even so, he did not falter before the enemy. No, you did not fall in vain, my friend. Our victory in the battle plain that day bore fruit indeed. Sauron resisted our assaults for 7 years in the Dark Tower, but in the end, he was cast down by Gil-galad and Elendil. Elendil's son, Isildur, cut the ring from Sauron's finger, destroying the Dark Lord and banishing him from this realm. Alas, there is more to be said on these matters. Walk with me. Let's talk. You remember the war as if it were yesterday, do you not? You are one of the few that remain in this realm that can recall it as I do, my friend. Right now, it looks like I'm trying to step on his heel. You know, you used to do that in school. You do that to your friend while they were walking so that they'd have to retie their shoe. I come often here to reflect on the sacrifices we made in that war. Indeed, Gil-galad and Elendil defeated the Dark Lord, but they did so at the cost of their own lives. Hey, how about an Aryan? An Aryan had his head caved in by a rock. The realms of elves and men were thus forever changed, and the world passed into the Third Age. Pardon me. And so it has been for many years now. I mean, he does walk faster than Sarah Oakheart, I'll give him that. I do not wish to alarm you, Femelda, but it is now 3018th year of the Third Age. So yeah, I mean, I overslept a few millennia. Come on, guys. Who hasn't done that? On the other hand, I should have 3018 years of back pay waiting, right? With interest. Even if much else has changed, Imladris is as you remember it. You have borne many burdens, my friend, and I give you leave to depart for to the Havens if you wish it. The Havens? Hell no. There's another here who sustained a terrible war in the wound. Hithgol is his name. Since chance has woken you today, perhaps he too is healed of the enemy's wounds. Yeah, we just both woke up on the same day. See if he is woken from his long rest, and then we shall speak more of your journey to the Havens. Alright, where is he? Alright, where's this dude? Oh, Hithgol still appears to be completely conked out. His strength is returning, but he remains in a restless slumber a few months more, I think. Talk to Elrond, gather my belongings, and depart on a journey with his sons. That would be Elrohir. Eladan and Elrohir.
Much has changed since we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend.
It's unfortunate to hear of Hithgol's continued ills, but I hold hope he shall soon recover as you have. You see, when the battle came at last to Barad-dûr, Sauron himself felled Hithgol with a deadly blow, and it seemed only by the grace of the Valar that he was not at once ended. Even still, the steel of the Dark Lord's weapon was tainted in much the same way as the blade that pierced you, and he has suffered its effects as you did for many years. Now then, we have spoken enough of the past. Let us turn our minds to the days ahead. Much has changed since we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend. It seems now an age of men, and I sense the time of the elves in Middle-earth draws near to its end. Indeed, many have departed this realm for the uttermost west by the ships of Círdan, our old friend. He is now called a shipwright by those who know his works, and he dwells in Mithlond, with the few that still remain in his service as skilled crafters. Much of the wood used by Círdan is ferried to Mithlond by way of the port of Calondin, along the arid Luin, and it is there you must journey to reach the havens. Imelda, I have gathered your belongings and a few supplies for your journey. I have set your ring in its case upon the table across the room, and your armor rests in a chest at your bedside. It is still marked from battle, but time has not worn it elsewhere. Indeed, the passing of an age has dimmed only our light, and given rise to shadow in the east. Concerning such matters, I have also prepared you a tome of writing on the history of the Third Age thus far. You are free to claim them ere you depart. Once you're prepared, we shall speak more of your journey to Calondin. Quests and quest rings. Quest guiding system. A sealed collection of my armor. I'm going to pick up my armor, carefully collecting. As you glance within, the faint shine of your old armor catcheth the light. And a jeweler's case. Within this ornate box, your eye catches the glimmer of the ring you once bore. And his writings are waiting over there. Wow. It's a 4-volume collection. Elrond's greatest hits on the Third Age. Elrond assembled a collection of writings for you concerning the events of the Third Age.
Eladon and Elrohir
Very
are to
good.
follow an expedition to the ruins
In time,
of
your strength will
Ithilien,
return, my
and
friend.
they shall see
The
you
power of
to
your ring
Calondin in
shall
the course
rise
of their
with it.
travels.
I hope my writings prove to be of use to you as well. I recount much of the time that passed while your wound healed, but even I cannot be aware of all that has transpired since the end of the Second Age. As for your journey, my sons shall see you to Calondin in the course of their own travels. Elladan and Elrohir are here to follow an expedition to the ruins of Ithilien, led by the elf Doralas, in my behalf. Speak not of this to any outside their company, but I had a strange premonition, and in it, amidst a field of blurred visions, a voice rose, saying, "Blood-red footsteps upon snow-colored black, where the dour king walks to take back his throne and finish what was begun." It is a troubling riddle, my friend, and one that I do not think soon solved. Have you any thoughts on its meaning? Hear a muffled creak as the doors to Thamsand open. It's just as well. Such troubles are best left to Doralas and his expedition. My sons await you by the door to the central courtyard, and when you are ready to depart, I shall guide you to Calondim along the arid Luin. May your journey be swift and free of friendship, my friend. Arié. A honed dagger? I don't... Why would I want a dagger when I can have a big honking axe? Because over time, the dagger is going to do more damage. It's just kind of dopey. But we'll go with the dagger. Fine. Get all the rest of this cool stuff. Experience and leveling up. Okay, yeah, I understand about those. Let's see. This is my current attire. Not particularly fetching. New boots. A ring I can't use yet. A new helmet. Hey. It covers much of my face. That's got to be a plus. Nice little chest piece. Okay. Healy pots. New pants. My ring, Tielka. A die. A housing item. A cloak. A hooded cloak. Okay, the cloak kind of looks crappy, alright? Gotta say, it's filled with holes and stuff. Come on. Can't wear that yet. Not high enough level. Time-worn cloak. Ah. Yeah, the one without the hood. The leveling box. Every few levels, you get to open the box and find some presents. New dagger. Shoulders. Let's see. So I currently have a dagger. And a dagger? Guess not. Oh, sword and dagger. Dull knife. Better damage there. Oh, is that main hand only? Doesn't say that. There we go. We've got a knife and a dagger, and that is the exact same damage as the one I've already got. That's fine. That'll go there. Those are all going to get sold eventually. All right. Elra here.
I am certain Father.
So Father's at last
told
given you
all
leave
about
to
the
travel from
journey ahead.
Imladris. I
But do
must
not
say,
worry.
I am
The
excited to
matter
learn
this
more of the
dream need
battles
not
of
trouble you.
ages past from you. Father told us not to bother you with so many questions, but it is likely our last chance, is it not? I'm certain Father has told you all about your journey ahead, but do not worry the matter. Of his dreams do not have to trouble you. Besides, the journey to Kalondim shall give us time enough to speak of other matters. I would think the events of the past 3,000 years would be of some interest to you. My brother and I stand ready to set out for Ered. Prepared, let us depart. 3,000 years. Keep in mind that that would take us back to 1,000 years BC, which would be a long time. And so we have traveled. I am now level 5. Dun 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 dun. I got a title for not dying, although almost dying. I mean, I spent 3,000 years in a coma. The Wary. I am now eligible to purchase a trait slot. Deed was completed. A most curious hobbit. A curious hobbit name. Ah, it's about the Bingo Boffin quests, right? I received mail. Mounts, yes. Map, yes. New skills, yes. LotRO store, yes. Titles, yes. Okay. Ah. Mobile mailbox only if you're VIP, and this is free to play. And that's the Bingo Boffin quest. Prologue, Sea Unsettled. And the festival is currently going on. I will finish the quest and get the map to the festival. Now that I'm level 5, I can open Elrond's gift. And at the wrapped horse whistle. Normally I just throw that away, but that's no longer a wise idea. A horse will be handy. Outfitting yourself and others. That's the crafting. Learn how to craft quest. We got a couple more dies. And the rest of this down here, except for the healing pots, we will want to sell at some point. Terthon. We've waited only a month, but each day has seemed a year since we arrived in Kalondim. The burdens of this realm will soon be behind us. I'm curious if the sons of Elrond found what they sought in the ruins of Ivalian. I've heard many tales of sorrowful history of that place. It came to ruin by the hand of a disreputable dwarf named Skorgrim. Dour hand. but it has laid empty for many long years now. I've never walked upon the shores of the Blessed Realm, but I've heard many tales of Valinor. Your forebears who once dwelt there, did they not? Did you as well? He paused for a moment, studies your face. You look restless, my friend. What troubles you on such a joyous day? Reflect on the path, my friends, of my friends and kin. Barter merchant. In defense of the forest, he wants me to defeat veil flies. I can defeat flies. I'm pretty sure I can defeat flies. I mean, if I can't defeat flies, I really suck. Reflect on the paths of your friends and kin. Continue. I reflect upon the path of Glorfindel, who has remained in Middle-earth to stand against the evils of the enemy and most vile of his servants. You think upon Glorfindel's deeds in the elder days of the world, and how his resolve has never faltered, even when confronted with death. Glorfindel, he's kind of impressive. Perhaps I should not leave. Perhaps I, too, should stay and fight. Elrond. Reflect on the decisions of Elrond Half-Elven, once Herald of Gil-galad, whose time in the realm draws near to its ending. You consider Elrond's words, for he said that you might depart for the uttermost west if you truly wished it, and that the burdens of this realm would no longer fall to you. You consider that he kept you in Imladris, that the choice might one day be yours, rather than sending you to revive in the uttermost west. Fills me with wisdom about Gil-galad. You reflect upon the path of Gil-galad, the High King of Elves, and the bravery he possessed as he fought and fell to purge the evils of Morgoth and Sauron from the world. You consider the loss of the elf Theleron, and the pain of losing a companion during the war as Gil-galad did. You consider the loss of your king, and understand what his sacrifice meant for the peoples of Middle-earth. It fills me with determination. I am determined. I haven't determined what I'm determined about yet, but I am determined.
How can I be of service?
I'll unlock the stable. Quest giver.
Sweet-eyed men.
This is a beautiful land, is it not?
Stay a moment.
Defeat foul creatures in Famgalar. Galar. Sorry. I apologize for mispronouncing Elvish. Here we have Círdan. Another one for me to consider on. You reflect upon the decisions of Círdan the Shipwright, who remained in Middle-earth, that others of his kin might depart for the blessed realm of Valinor. It fills me with grace.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your
Collect
ear?
beeswax from hives. Why, that's none of the beeswax. Hey, is this thing on? You reflect upon your decisions of your dearest friend Harthalan, who has chosen to remain in Middle-earth and free it of the evils before the time comes to bequeath it to men. You consider her duty to the people of this realm, and that she hoped that you might remain to aid her in the battles against the evils of this world. Screw it, dude. I'm gonna stay. You know, I'm gonna kill some bad guys. That kind of stuff. Be a hero. So you return. Where's your reflection led you? You tell Tarathon that you choose to remain in Middle-earth. It is not the choice I make, but I understand it, friend. You've made it your purpose to confront the forces of evil, wherever they take hold, and though it does not seem so here in Calondim, it is true that great evils are again at work in this realm. You see, while you were reflecting, Elladan and Elrohir arrived in Calondim and asked to speak with you at once. I told them I would deliver their request when you returned, and they now wait for you near the stablemaster. My path leads to the uttermost west, but it seems yours now leads elsewhere. May the Valar guide you, and may you one day come to find peace in Where'd it go? Bring up there. Is that them? No. Ah, that's the
Mind
crafting
my
dude.
words, traveler.
Crafting a terrace in Kelondian. Talk to Gwaloth. He's going to teach me crafting. Somebody's going to teach me crafting around here. I know that. Oh, didn't I also get a trait point in there somewhere? I think so. No. Traits not showing up yet. Unless they're here. Even there it should.
Shaved, deft, overweight,
Cancel.
magnetism, diamond
Alexa,
and others.
cancel. My apologies. I swear I didn't say anything.
Sweet-eyed Malon.
They say me. Yep, I gotta learn to craft. Cool. Want to learn to craft. Master of Apprentices. Request outfitting yourselves
You
and
may be of
others.
service to me.
That's level 6. I'm now level 6. I need a specialization. Okay, I'll get back to that in a sec. Get more trait slots. I'm now eligible to purchase a trait slot. Oh, great. I have no points. But I have a trait line. The provisioner let me sell.
How can I be of service?
Sell the stuff I don't need anymore. I will have to be pretty draconian about it, I think. I have 2 gold! Can I wear that now? I can wear that ring now. Yay. Now, I'm used to playing on my main account where, oh, okay, I have a little gold, I'll spend it on that. I need to do that. Okay, I can take care of that. On this, that's not quite going to work. That's the level 6 gift for a starting adventurer. That's a writ of special passage for an hour. Swift travel unlocked free passage. So my assumption is what I want to do, because I've gotten this before and I've just never used it, is that what I will want to do is I want to consume it and spend an hour doing nothing but going from stable point to stable point to stable point, getting all the important stables for free for an hour. Master, I can't, I have to choose a vocation. Master of Apprentices, yes, okay, so, because I'm going to be huntering, I think I want to learn the Woodsman, which will give me Woodworker, Forester, and Farmer, so I'll be able to make my own weapons, get my own lumber, and farm. Okay, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Megovanen.
I have learned them. This is always annoying. Having to juggle the woodworking, or juggling the tools. Yeah, okay, that I can get rid of. Introduction to forestry.
Greetings, friend.
Speak
Will
with
you
the
lend me your
supplier.
ear?
Woodworking.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
Where's the supplier? He's over here. Now I feel silly. I didn't press my button. Okay. Introduction to forestry.
Megavanen.
Open the crate and get out a couple of things. All right, where's the crate? Crate must be over here. No, where's the crate? Oh, he gave me the crate. I'll open the crate. I now have the goodies. Using ingredients, a piece of brushed light leather and a thin rowan board. Where's the workbench? Workbench, workbench, workbench. There we are. Make a brushed light leather. For that I need the axe. Brushed light leather, yes. And a thin rowan board. I got, well, it includes farming, yes, Lars. So I got the one that is woodworking and lumberjacking and farming. Forestry.
How can I be of service?
I have completed my introduction to forestry. Am I a forester yet? And this is the woodworker.
How can I be of service?
Open the crate. And create a rowan bow, staff, spear, hammer, club, or javelin. Well, let's go ahead and make a bow. I will now equip the woodworking tools. Make a bow that we can't quite use yet. That'll be way better than what we're using, though. Zwoop. Zwoop. I made a rowan bow. It's too high level for me. For now. And I've completed that.
How can I be of service?
And that just leaves the farming. Alright, where's the farm dude? Technically, the farm dude is probably not his name. Introduction to farming.
Sweet lad Melon, will you stay a moment?
Found near the crafting area. Near is not a particularly helpful descriptor. Especially because it looks like he's up there somewhere. He's way far away. But, on the positive side, that does mean I can grab some rowan branches. Why? Why is a perfectly reasonable question, Uber. Twofold. The other night, I was commenting on stuff about the game, and I had to include the caveat in a lot of stuff. I've never been a free-to-player. I've always been a lifer, so I don't really know for sure how X, Y, Z works. And I also saw in the Guild Wars 2 subreddit, got pointed to a thing that mentioned how, in an effort to find out the difference between, you know, an established regular player of Guild Wars 2, what it was like for a new player in a new account to go from level 1 to raid ready gear, how long that would actually take. And that's what gave me the idea, well, I've never really played as a free-to-play player. Maybe I should find out what it's like. Starting from level 1 and getting up to, you know, theoretically as high as you can as free-to-play, which I think is 95. And, well, you can go higher level, but free-to-play covers all the questing and stuff through level 95 in Helm's Deep. Will I stick to it that long? Knowing me, probably not. Truthfully.
What can I do for you?
But until then, we'll find out. So that is the short version as to why. I now have all the ingredients to make a yellow onion. Seriously. We'll use that. I'll farm vegetables. I will make an onion field. I will pick it. Oh, I will use any of the LotRO points I get by playing. So yeah, when I hit 95 LotRO points, I'm buying the mount, or buying the riding. Yeah, not necessarily money, but oh yeah, I will spend the LotRO points that I earn. And I may have to at some point, actually sit around and grind for them. Activate track crops. Really? Using the ingredients you have, pick a yellow onion from the workbench. What? Oh, from the workbench. Well, I'm tracking them. Not seeing them. Track from the workbench. Huh? I'm confused. No, I picked that as the quest focus. What was... I don't see any onions in here. I started tracking. Using the ingredients you have... Oh! Allspice. Onions. I appear to have screwed that up. By not doing it in the right order. That's poor design. Well, I'm sort of trying to do it as if I'm a noob coming to LotRO. So, as a noob coming to LotRO, you're going to go, well, I want an elf. But then you see high elf, you go, well, clearly, if I can be an elf, I'd much rather be a high elf. And then, well, if I'm going to be an elf, I have to be a hunter. That's simple logic. Lars, this is Uber, Lars. Uber Archer is one of my old WoW buddies. Introduction to farming. Using the ingredients you have. Pick a yellow onion at the workbench. I guess this is considered the workbench, and it lost its mind when I did them out of order. That's just poor quest design. So we're going to cancel it. Don't know if it'll offer it to me again. Probably on a cooldown. But a true noob wouldn't know that Legolas wasn't a high elf. They would assume that he must be a high elf because he's so good. Uh-huh. How long do I have to wait? Tomorrow. I can do that tomorrow, if I remember. Yeah. Well, that's, I believe, how Lars has been playing. Lars is a free-to-play player. When I was playing LotRO like a year ago, I believe is when Lars got interested and played it a bit. And when it became, when we hit the anniversary and I started streaming it again, I convinced him to do the install again, and he's been playing again. He's having a blast as a free-to-play player. Another reason is to find out so that I can share Lars's pain. By the Stable Master in Kellogg. Stable Master. Note, 3 bags. That hurts. The 3 bags is pure, unadulterated agony. Oh, I'm in Kellendim. They certainly fixed a lot of the problems it previously had. Previously, the LotRO's free-to-play implementation was unclear and kind of crap. It's way better now. Way better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is one of the factors that over time might discourage me from continuing my little idea here of the free-to-play through. Will be simply that I am so used to all the quality of life stuff I've got on my main account that it will cause me to pop an aneurysm. Glad you've not yet departed. I fear we would be too late. Eladan and Elrohir's faces betray grave concerns. There are forces at work in Arid Luin, my friend. The terrible Gaunt Lord Ivar has bound vile spirits to the corpse of the dwarf lord Skorgrim, and now the dour hands think their leader reborn. Our foes escaped, and now the enemy has beguiled the dour hands into his service. Indeed, the truth must be told, brother. When Father spoke of the shadow in the east, he spoke of Sauron, the Dark Lord, who has returned once again. And he has sent his servants across the many lands of this realm in search of the ring that was lost. If Sauron recovers the ring, no host shall remain to stand against him, and all will be lost. Blah, blah, blah. You tell them I'm going to stay. To have you among the forces that stand against Sauron brings me new hope for the days that lie ahead. You should aid the folk in Kelondim and the lands beyond to hone your skills for battle that surely awaits us when the time comes. We shall call on you to join us. Oh, I'm not a free-to-play at all. I'm happy to pay money into my games, Uber. Yep, I have no problem paying, sometimes paying too much. Wait, was there something that required modding that I didn't notice? I don't see it in chat. Did I miss something? Yep. Guild Wars 2, certainly. Even though I already have all the goodies and everything, I continue to put money into it. I'm having fun. I'm not shy about if it increases my fun, I'll put in some extra money.
Might you spare a moment?
Speak to Athal at the elf camp in Nenhilith. Now let me also rearrange my... I really don't need that. I won't be tracking any of those. But I will want to track wood all the time. Feel free to giggle. Yeah, character slots obviously is one I've spent an enormous amount on too. Strength stance. Set trap. Let's return home. I can go there for now. Oh, I've overspent. I can't think of any particular regrets right now. You know, even though like Lost Ark has kind of had some real freaking problems, still I've enjoyed my time in it. I'm so slow. I don't even have the speed buff that hunters get yet. Yeah, I haven't subbed to Rift for a long time. It isn't too terribly long ago since I played it, though. I played it on stream. Not too terribly long ago. All right. So, which quest is that? Unlike Haverthal. Speak to Athal at the elf camp near Nanhilith. I need flies and beeswax. But I also need to talk to the dude. He's way the hell back there. A pest. I have killed a fly. Man, I was one-shotting orcs 3,000 years ago. Now I have to remember to actually, like, shoot things. Like, have a rotation. Stuff like that. I also need to have... Not that one, that one. Chop, chop, chop. Alright, there's some crazy elf way back here. Oh, another fly, alright. This fly's going down, big time. New deed bestowed for barbed arrow usage. Well, sort of your life was drained. You know, you got all cootified by the Witch King's Uber Blade. Basically, you were the subject that taught Elrond how to save Frodo. Think of it that way. What's that? Okay, so switch that to that. How many more? I need 2 more flies. And I'm about halfway to what's-his-face. That's another one of the reasons I chose the High Elf, is simply that I've only seen the intro for the High Elf like once or twice before. Fair, yeah. It's true that that seems to have worked out pretty well for him in general. Oh. Of course, he never really recovered, now did he, Frodo? And it was, let's face it, it was really good plot armor, too. I mean, sure, the whole thing cost him a finger. I'm going to have to give Uber the conversation point for noting that his plot armor was made out of mithril. Well played. New deed, Elf Ruins, Nenhilith. And there is Athal and Overloss.
Greetings, traveler.
Greetings, traveler.
You've come at a most
Find
fortuitous
Aberthal or
time.
Aberthal's pack. And...
Megovanen.
Oh, I get to pick one. The bow. Well, it's a much better bow than I have. I don't think it's quite as good as a bow that I just made. But I can use this one now. One I made... Yeah, it's a couple more extra DPS. Regardless, that's a big jump in my DPS. Deed bestowed. Ally of Arid Luin. Piles of small filth.
Might you
You know, you're just getting started. You don't want big filth. Collect cask building wood. And defeat wolves. I will defeat some wolves. It's a gray wolf. Not the smartest wolf in the world. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's a lot better damage, gotta say. Now I feel like a hunter. They never get close to me. I'm too mighty. Killing wolves. Good old killing wolves deed. And... Poor wolves. They can't win for losing. Actually, I don't really think poor wolves. They're trying to eat me. Sam was clearly on an escort quest, and Frodo was playing the Sarah Oakhart role. Elf Satchel. Yeah, he was literally carried. I had never before considered the strong correlation to escort quest in an MMO. More wood pickup. Another wolf. Poor little thing. Ah, that's why I'm still searching. Some of them only have rotten wood. That's rotten. That's level 7. And now I get my first trait point. I can now also use the bow that I made. Get more trait slots. Oh, that one's gonna hurt, isn't it? Traits. My first point, let's see, probably to crits, I'm gonna guess. Penetrating shot, vulnerability debuff. Don't need that for a long time. Whoops, wolf. Lair is a player. I didn't even realize that. I saw him standing there and didn't realize that Lair was a player. I will allow. Evidently, it doesn't like the word mofo. Speaking of escort quests, this one thing WoW has improved for sure. Yes. They don't run off. They don't necessarily aggro. Yeah. That is a huge deal, given historically they all... Oh, oops. I will loot one. And the rest of it, I will loot that. Those. That. The rest of them, destroy. Yeah, I got a few. 1 or 12.
May gewonnen.
Look at me, I'm a leveling machine.
What can I do for you?
Varlas.
What do you need?
I'll choose Healy's. Thank you.
Will you lend me your ear?
Which one do you want lended? Lend.
What do
Loaned.
you need?
That is a significantly better helm than the one I am wearing. At least in armor. I'd rather have the Vit, I think, than Adge at this point. Doesn't look like it's going to be quite the looker one would want, though. Yeah, that's not a great looking helm. At all. In fact, I go so far as fugly.
At your service and your families.
And deliver the wood to Bregador in Kellondale. Alright. Talk to Lennon, the Glade Watcher at Kellondale. Kellondale, bring it to Cathador. Carvador? Cardivore. Sorry, I'm still having some problem with my eyes, so. Please have pity on the old man. Alright, well, we cleared out everything around here. We will head back to Kellendim. Bloop. I am enjoying some lovely, lovely 4-cheese pasta sauce along with my game session today. Can't recommend it strongly enough. The Classico brand 4-cheese pasta sauce is just, it's delicious. More rowan branches. Clunk, thump, clunk. Well, I can't whack up the copper deposit, so... Of course I am. It's delicious. Trust me, it only looks like iced coffee. Totally 4-cheese pasta sauce. I didn't know you had that. Now that I do, I will certainly go out of my way to fuck with it in the future. Well, one of them's supposed to be right bleeping here. Oh, is that the crafting quest that I won't be able to get until tomorrow? Probably. It is. Yeah, it is. All right. It's iced coffee. No, it's mocha colored. But I have had people ask in the past while I'm streaming, "What are you drinking? Is that fucking pasta sauce?" Yeah, 4-cheese. It's delicious.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending. Will you hear my sorrows?
No, I will not hear your sorrows. God, what a whiny bunch. By Wikipediafication, do you mean the amount of lore or what? Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Elf Starter area either. For the number of quests. Yeah, I did the calculation. I believe the number at the end of Mirkwood, the Mirkwood expansion, so level 65. I believe the number of quests in LotRO was 4,500. Right, like a WoW head. Yes, I mean, there is the standard one they have is okay, but it's not Wowhead quality by any means. Oh yeah, that would be nice. The information on LotRO is spread out amongst a number of different places, and the quality varies widely. But then I can't think of any other game that has the depth of information available to the players that WoW does.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Hail, friend, and well met. Whale, friend, and helmet. Isn't there one of these guys? Does he have a regular vendor stuff? No.
Megovanen, may I help you?
You could help me, but you won't, right? Yeah, that's what I figured. VIP rewards. Not for this guy. Let's see. Deliver it to Burgador. All right, well, where the hell is he? he should be... Is he up on the hill then? Did I miss him? Is he in the crafting area? Must be. Well, yeah, and if you enjoyed delivering shit in the Shire, you can now do Yonder Shear at level 20 to 23 and deliver even more shit. But my count was 4,500. It was when I wrote a blog back in my brief blogging period 10 years ago. Where I tried to figure out how many quests I had played in my gaming life at that time. And as I said, it was, I believe, 4,500 quests were in LotRO at that point to level 65, and I had 9 characters at 65, and obviously they all hadn't done all the quests, so I said maybe 3,000 quests each was a good average guess. And so that was 27 to 30,000 quests in LotRO alone at that time. The LotRO delivery quests are actually why I did not subscribe when the game launched. I didn't start playing till 2 or 3 months after the launch because I got into the beta. I created a hobbit. I played for a few hours and I said, what the fuck is this? I've played for 3 hours and all I've done is deliver fucking mail and return pies. What the hell kind of game is this? If I'd started in the elf or dwarf areas or a human area and I'd actually had a little bit of combat, I would have had a completely different opinion of the game at the end of my time in the beta. I tried it a few months after it launched and it was fine because I didn't start in the Hobbit area. Yes, the nosy hobbits. And the hungry hobbits. Thing is, I think, isn't it nosy and hungry? But the hungry ones want to steal the pies, but the pies are bad. Shouldn't we just let them eat the bad pies?
Greetings to you. Greetings, friend.
Deliver the wine cask to Brethelwyn outside Lemail's vineyard. We call that a breadcrumb quest where I come from. We have the Midsummer quest. We could go to Minas Tirith and run around in there. Which, I'll note, a free-to-play player could do. Hallowed Ground. Wrath of the Elves. Where are they? Ah, they're in the vineyard. Yeah.
Greetings, friend. How may
Greetings.
I be of help?
How you doing? Hey, I've made 11 silver and 16 copper so far. The 2 gold was a freebie when you start. Yeah, I mean, I've done Archit stuff more. The Hobbit stuff is great when you're in for sort of a more mellow leveling experience. You know, we're running the pies and the mail, and sure, you kill a few wolves and some flies, and maybe if you're like me and you want the slug squasher title, you kill some slugs. Did you pick up all the pies, Lars? Drive you a little crazy, did it, maybe? A little bit? I'm going to get rid of the dyes. I can't afford the space. Lenin's bow. Not as good as the one I've got. Oh, it's definitely worth doing the starting area for the hobbits at least once. Because there's some very funny quests in there. You know, and sure, they're obviously there generally the quests are as hobbity as hell. Perhaps even overly hobbity. But there's a certain charm sometimes in just they're so hobbity, it's hilarious. Yeah, okay. We are going to head off to the vineyard. We've got 3 quests. That's the hallowed ground. That's the cask. That's the epic line. That's all the quests I have, except for the festival. Well, there's another new player. A new player, like I've never played the game before. If you love the Hobbit quests, Lars, did you go through Yondershire? Like Worcestershire? Yondershire? The area they added with the expansion? Oh, which I now remember I can't go there, I don't think, and get the quests. Because they came in the last expansion. So I don't think I can do the Yondershire quests. Those may have unlocked for everyone. That's one of the things. I don't know what Hal has unlocked from everyone, and I forgot to do that. Bound location. Or are we bound to Columdin? We're bound to Columdin, okay. The only real problem I have with the Hobbit quests is a lot of them include a lot of running around. And that can get pretty old. Well, I need more Rowan. Well, I hope and think I can pick up these branches before this thick tusk gets angry at me. If anyone hasn't played LotRO, a lot of the sort of neutral mobs, like say an angry boar, will warn you and snort and wait a couple seconds before it attacks. The beehives. I'd forgotten I needed the beehives. Oh, did I not have that quest? Oh, that's part of the Midsummer quest. Duh! It was the beehives. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, they're all around here. More beehives. Beehive. Oh, beehive. My apologies. Sort of. Beehives, beehives, beehives. Looking for beehives. I clicked. I swear I did. Also, one of the limitations that I no doubt shall find distressing on the free-to-play account is limit of 2 characters. What? All right, come on. Where's the rest of the beehives? basically out of the beehive area now. Oh, no beehive over here. Perhaps up above. I'll have a little better luck. See? He warns before he charges, and if you're out of his little aggro area, then he won't bother following. There's another beehive. I need one more beehive. And that hopefully will be the last of the beehives. And then we'll continue on to the lovely and scenic vineyard. Well, you know, lovely and scenic except for the orcs. Like that jerk. New deed, Goblin Slayer. That is level 8. Dun 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 dun! And we got focus. Nice. Focus is always welcome. Gobbies, gobbies, gobbies. He sounded like he laughed before I planted him. Another defiler. He just sounds so disappointed in the whole thing. Poor little guy. Right, that's all the sentinels we need, and this will be the last defiler. Which means now we need what? Wine cask? Oh, I missed the wine cask. Oh, I missed him. He's up there. Crappy. He may very well have a quest for me as well. That needs to be done in here. Curse you! By which I'm really cursing myself for not paying enough attention. Lesson for Lens. Pay more attention. Alright, there he is. Here's your damn cask. Yeah, he's got
Greetings
a couple
to you.
Pick grape clusters.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
And wine flasks.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
No. Give me your quests. Well, I'm in the middle of the purple area, I guess. It hasn't started yet. I'm looking for... Oh, over there. All right. Gotta pick some grapes. Get some bottles. Bring them all back. While this person tries to run their business in a goblin-infested vineyard. Okay, that's going to work out great. You're not a deep thinker, are you? For health. I didn't even see that defiler hiding there. Sneaksy little goblinses. Yeah, I feel your pain, bro. Oh, the flasks come from dead gobbies. Well, I killed a bunch. I just have to kill a bunch more. That'll be the last 2 grapevines I need. You know how I knew that there were goblins in the area? I could hear them through the grapevine. Sorry. See? I can hear them right through the grapevine. It would be nice if more of these guys were dropping wine flasks. I've killed like 8 of them. I have 1 flask. Two flasks. I will continue complaining about it until morale improves. Well, there's the bad guy I need. How pleasant. Got him. I need to deliver the beeswax. Defeat foul creatures in Thangalair. Where's the foul creatures in Thangalair? That's hallowed ground. Oh, that's there. Okay, I'll get that on the way out then. I'm going to be killing these guys forever. Their drop rate is something straight out of Vanilla WoW. Acquire 5 elk spleens. Oh, that sounds easy. I've killed 73 elk. I have 2 spleens. I'm up to 4 flasks. Yeah, not too many, but I mean, I have killed like 15, 18 of these jerks. And I've gotten 5 flasks. But yeah, generally, it's not that big a deal in LotRO as it was back in the day in WoW. Sure. 6 out of 6. Okay, deliver. That just now means I need to defeat foul creatures in Thangalair. Yeah, I can do that. Sure. Yeah, no, specifically elk spleens. Oh yeah, they have done random protection for quest drops for a long time. But back in the proverbial day, it could be really brutal. this guy. Yeah, the different flavors of spleen one might be looking for. Ooh, reputation. I have completed the basic version of Goblin Slayer. Go me. Which is what, 30? Probably? I am a guardian of Arid Luin. Goblin Slayer Advanced is 60. So yeah, I just killed 30 of them. And that's 5 LotRO points, and I think that's my first 5 LotRO points. Where do I see my LotRO points? At the store? Presumably? I have 5, guys. I have 5. I am 1/19th of my way to the riding skill. But I don't have a horse. A rare vintage.
Three-eyed Melon.
Well, it's got more armor, but no vitality, so no thank you. I'll get the heavier ones that I can sell for more. Oh yeah, the add-ons in LotRO is much more limited. For a long time, it wasn't supported at all. They eventually supplied access to enough of the API that they could do some nice stuff, but certainly nothing like the stuff you get out of WoW.
Greetings
Gleaning
to you.
the field. Again, more armor, but no agility. We'll take the more expensive ones and just sell them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they have some really nice ones. That is level 9. Level 9. Bring the cask to Brigadoor. And that should be another talent point, I think. I have 2 points. I didn't spend any of them. Okay. Penetrating buff. Vulnerability, no. Bow inductions. Using quickshot grants a stacking buff. I think we'll just go with crit. Like the good old days, if you were a thief in WoW, just go with the crit. Deed completed. Deed bestowed. Did I not finish those? 10 points. I now have 15. I have 15 points, guys. 15 points. And I'm going to return to Kalondim the fast and dirty way. Oh, fast and dirty. Who doesn't like that? I'm now entering Kalondim.
A shadow is on my spirit.
Oh, a shadow's on his spirit. That's kind of a bummer. Give me my earring. Oh, good God.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Well, let us remember the last time an MMO RPG lover got involved in game development. His name was Kurt Schilling. I think between us we've seen all of them.
Greetings to you.
Many thanks. Set the lantern in the river. Take me to the river. Oh, well. I haven't written a line of code in 25 years? Although, if Rhode Island would like to give us money, we will accept. I have completed a midsummer quest in Minas Tirith, although I'm not actually in Minas Tirith. Still, he got his present, his goodie. So. Available as a daily for me tomorrow. Bring the wine cask to Brigadoor. Brigadoor. If it won't unlock, you'll have to Brigadoor down. Yeah, 2 retired guys. I don't know about you, but I'm thoroughgoing lazy. Well, for the record, I can recommend the permanent vacation as being quite fulfilling, but I can understand that not everyone can do that. Leaving Middle-earth,
Will
talk
you
to
hear my
Bergar.
sorrows?
Yeah, there was a lot of that. A lot of disruption for people's plans, professionally and otherwise, with the pandemic. I would say since the pandemic started, so that's what, 2 years? For me, it was in February. So 2 years and 4 months ago, I have probably been out of the house 3 dozen times. Yeah, the need something to do is one of the reasons why I got into streaming. It looked like fun. And another thing it does, as well as being fun, and it is it adds a bit of structure to my day and my life. I'm no longer in a risk of always wondering what day it is. Most of the time, I got the days of the week down. Where am I going? Return of the Cask. Well, he should be right here next to me then. I'll turn right. He should be right here. He should be right here. There he is. All right. He was hiding.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you.
You may
Bring the bottle of wine to Dolengil. So for me, the answer was streaming. It's easy when you theoretically have nothing to do to sort of become unmoored. And so for me, adding a little structure with, a couple hours of streaming every day has really helped. I think my general outlook. I'm almost completely filled with everything. Yes, that would have been definitionally far worse. Not just for me, for literally every human being on the planet. Far worse. Run up there and sell some stuff. Streaking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure me streaking is actually in the Book of Revelations as one of the signs of the end times.
How may I be of help?
Oh, I think they would go out of their way to completely remove me from the future, descriptions, the histories. So, keep that. Ooh, my earring. I never put on my earring. I used to actually wear an earring. I bet my ear hole has probably sealed up. Oh, apprentice woodworker. Nice. I got a scroll that I can use. When I get to a... Oh, no, that's apprentice metalsmith. I do have a woodworker one as well. Where is it? There it is. A heavy Rowan hammer. If I had a ham. I'll keep the Aphelis. Don't need that. Those are task items. There we go. I've mostly emptied out my inventory. Mostly they come out at night. Mostly. And all of my quests are now up in Duilond. I don't think they'll allow me to ride there.
What do you need?
Nope. Oh. A silver? Get out of town. Oh, I guess a silver's not bad. 80 copper will get you from any of the starting maps to any of the starting maps, so this is only 20 copper more. All right.
How can
Fine.
I be of service?
Let's ride to Duilond. And then I'll probably be calling it for the afternoon. I will be back in approximately, 3 hours, give or take, with my Guild Wars 2 key farm. And probably, hopefully, be back here again in the around noonish Pacific tomorrow to continue this character's leveling. 8 levels today, and the entire starting instance. Although technically, in the starting instance, you automatically go to level 5, so realistically, 4 levels today. And then tomorrow in the evening session, I expect more LotRO play on one of my established characters on my real account. I'm enjoying LotRO again, so given that I am a variety streamer, I play when I'm having fun. If I stop having fun with the LotRO main stuff, I can switch to something else and hopefully still keep the enthusiasm up to keep playing the free-to-play through. I'm happy with the way the first one went for the free-to-play through, so
Hail, friend.
as
and
I
all
like to
that.
say, that's a plus. But I am going to call it here for the afternoon. I should be back on this about noon Pacific, 3 Eastern tomorrow-ish, I hope. And I'll be back in about 3 hours for Guild Wars 2 Key Farm. A shortish, low-energy stream. So those are my immediate plans. I hope you guys had some fun today. So far, it's going well in my my striving to understand the free-to-play LotRO experience. Back at it again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Maybe join me in a few hours for Guild Wars 2 or tomorrow for more of this. Regardless, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys later. Have a great afternoon and or evening. And ciao for now. Bye, guys.